This is Vargas, and I am back again with, surprise, surprise, another pickup video. Not recording in the movie room, because we're not, but I just wanted to come with you to share some pickups. It's going to be some really neat stuff that I picked up, and 2 batches of movie pickups. So, yeah, just giving you a heads up, because you know, I have all these plans for things I want to do for the channel, but everything, my tripod, everything that I have is in the movie room, and that's in a different house. But I have these things right now, so I might as well talk about them now. So, apologize for the constant stuff and influx of pickups, but got some neat stuff that I wanted to talk about. So, first off, picked up this really cool, which I'm noticing now has damage on the tail, but still this really cool Detective Pikachu figure. This is a promotional toy that they had in Burger King. It's been years since I've seen Pokemon promotionals in Burger King. The very first Pokemon promotionals that they had was at a Burger King for the first Pokemon movie. And then I remember them switching to McDonald's for years and years. And for Detective Pikachu, they went back to Burger King. And like I said, it just has a little damage here that I didn't notice on the tail. I don't remember having that. So my kid was playing with it. I really hope he didn't take a chunk out of it, because you can tell it's missing a tip of the tail. But this is Detective Pikachu that in the movie is voiced by Ryan Reynolds. And it has a little switch and a little button on the detective cap. When you press it, Pikachu lights up. So really cool. This one does have a little triangle screw, so I just need a triangle screw driver, and if the batteries ever crap out, I can switch it. But really awesome that the Pikachu works. Like I said, just has that weird damage on the tail that I don't remember it having. So, but again, my kid was playing with it, so maybe he took a chunk out of it. Because my son is at an age where he's chewing on things, his teeth are coming out, so he's chewing on everything. So I'm hoping he didn't take a chunk out of it, because I don't remember him having that missing piece. But Detective Pikachu, out of this toy line, I only got Mewtwo, and I wanted Detective Pikachu, and now I found him, so that's pretty cool. Also, in I actually talked about him twice, I think, but finding Doctor Who things on the wild is kind of hard. I love Doctor Who. I still need to watch Series 12. But a while back I found a Dalek, and now I found 2 more Daleks. And these are in better shape than the one I got before, because both of these have the little antenna on the top end, and the one I found did not. But now I have 3 Daleks, so now they're officially Daleks. Not the Dalek, now they're Daleks. And those and the Cybermen are the standard in Doctor Who villains. Also, I already own a Doctor Who build your own sonic screwdriver. It's a set that came out a number of years ago, and it has different detachable pieces. But I found this one at a flea market, and it's detachable here, detachable here. But I bought this one just because of this thing. If I can get it out. This thing needs batteries, but this is the component that when you press the button, it lights up and does the little sonic screwdriver sound like woo. So I just bought this one for this piece, because the build your own sonic screwdriver only comes with 1 of these, so I can only have 1 sonic screwdriver going. With this one, I have a little bit more combinations to work with. Also, if you remember that video that I talked about it, that sonic screwdriver set was missing this piece. I had to build my own, but now it's nice to have the complete set. So now I can have the steampunk looking sonic screwdriver, the 11th Doctor sonic screwdriver, and the sonic screwdriver that looks like from Gallifrey. So I thought that was pretty cool. I got this thing really cheap. And now it won't go in. Oh yeah, this thing. So yeah, I bought this one super cheap, and just because of the internals and this top piece. So now I'll have this part here as a double. But again, really hard to find Doctor Who things. The comic shop where I go to, they do have Doctor Who things. I do want to get the 10th Doctor, the Peter Capaldi sonic screwdriver, and the Jodie Whittaker sonic screwdriver. Also found this really cool figure. It's Ganondorf from Wind Waker. The sword is kind of flimsy here, but this was originally a special edition promotional product for The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. That was a deluxe set that came with, I think, a map, something else, and this little statue with a base. But I found the Ganondorf statue, and when I saw that Wind Waker HD set, I was like, super mad that I would never get it, because the pre-order sold out really fast, and because resellers are notorious for buying up the special editions and then reselling them for obscene amounts of prices. But I just came across this one. Again, it doesn't have the base, but I could build something out of foam or something. But I really like the detail on this Ganondorf. I was one of the people that did not like the art style for The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. I thought it looked weird, but once I played the game, I ended up, eating my own words, because that game is beautiful. I freaking love The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. The cel-shaded animation is great, and the way that Link kills this version of Ganondorf is brutal. really brutal. Another thing I found was this thing. This is also a promotional thing that I did some research, and it came with a strategy guide. If you bought the deluxe edition of the Pokemon Sun and Moon strategy guide, you would get a whole bunch of stuff and a map for the Aloha region. This is the island section, kind of like Hawaii, the Hawaii region for Pokemon, but you open this baby up, take that thing off, and it's a huge illustrated map of the Alola region. I really like the texture. It feels like a map. It's like plastic, but it's kind of clothy. It's weird, but it's massive. I don't think I'll be able to fit everything in frame, but it's a huge illustrated map, and on the back it has some Pokemon art there, and I freaking love this thing. I don't have a Pokemon map, so I thought this was a really neat purchase. Found it dirt cheap. Kind of have to take very good care of this, because it is not flimsy. Again, the material is like cloth, but not really. But I can already see it starting to crack in some areas. Like whoever owned this before didn't take good enough care of it, and it's starting to crack in some areas. And then putting this thing back in was a pain in the butt, but really awesome little map for the Pokemon Sun and Moon games. My favorite generation of Pokemon is Pokemon Red and Blue, and then Gold and Silver. Those are by far my favorite Pokemon games. The Sun and Moon one, they were okay, but after you beat them, they didn't have that much. No, that's X. I'm thinking of X and Y. X and Y really didn't have anything to do after you beat the game. Whereas in Gold and Silver, you beat, I think it was Johto, the Johto region, and then you can go back to Kanto, and I thought that was really awesome. But Sun and Moon, they were okay. Then the place where I work at was doing actually I was doing the inventory for the place that I work at, and I was going through the storage room where we have a whole bunch of electronic things, and I found a bag of Halloween decorations. Some of them were kind of in really bad shape, and some of them were in good shape. And I asked the boss, well, what are you going to do with these Halloween decorations? And we're going to throw them away. Well, okay, there's some stuff that, it's rotting away, and we should definitely get rid of, but can I keep these things? And he was like, sure, we're going to throw them away, keep them, I don't care. because everyone knows I'm a big Halloween fan. It's my favorite holiday ever. And I just love the look of these guys, so I picked them up. It's 3 skulls and 3 gravestones. It's this guy, chunky looking zombie bastard with a rotten away jaw here. This thing looks like it was part of something because it has this little neck piece, but I like the look of him. I thought he was really cool with a eye missing and the other eye all whited out, and this thing like rotting away. And you can see his skin there. It's a really chunky looking bastard. And then there's this guy who reminds me of the cover of Zombie, the Italian zombie movie. I can see you. And this thing, I'm really disappointed it doesn't work. Because this guy looks like he's electronic. Like he has a space for voice. And his jaw seems to move. And he has lights here and in the eye and a sensor here. So this guy must have done something. Or is it a light? It might be a sensor. But definitely has a light in the eye and the nostrils. And it looked like he talked. But the cables here are all sorts of eaten up. There's a lot of loose wires here. This doesn't seem to work. And I don't see any tray for the battery. So that must be part of something else that connected to this thing. But yeah, this thing, never going to get it to work. So I'm no good with electronics. But still, a really nice display thing. And again, really reminds me of the cover of Zombie, the Italian zombie movie. So I thought that was really neat, collectible. And then there's this one. This one looks like it's made out of paper mache. But it's a pirate skull. Has a little string here. And I thought this was like some sort of plastic thing. But no, it's actually definitely looks like it's paper mache. You can see because it has like layers of stuff, but it's done really well. It's got vertebrae. It's got a functioning jaw that's supposed to go like that because it has this. It looks like a Jack Sparrow little skull thing. I do have to give it some tender loving care because it does seem like it wants to fall apart in some areas. I do need to re-glue it, figure out how this thing was build, and definitely re-glue some parts because it does look like the glue is giving out and it's falling apart. But I thought this one was really awesome as a Halloween decoration. He looks really cool. I honestly thought it was like plastic, but then I looked at it a little bit closer, and it's paper mache, but it has the hair. Just something really cool that I can hang on Halloween or take with me if when I dress up like a pirate. And the the last things I picked up are some tombstones. These are foam tombstones. Stay scary. I love tombstones. I own 3 tombstones, but these are bigger and they have they look like better quality foam. This is a rest in peace tombstone, a slightly bigger one, and then this one that's the biggest one, and it has rest in peace on the back. Rest in peace here. So yeah, for my Halloween decorations, I get into a lot of talks with the wife because I do have a lot of Halloween decorations. I could probably build a haunted house just with the stuff that I already own because every year I buy some new stuff. But I love Halloween. And I love horror related things, so I can't help myself. But I thought these were really cool. These will go great on my on the yard of the house if we ever go live there. The zombie skulls and the pirate skull is awesome. Just a lot of really neat stuff, I feel. But yeah, definitely wanted to share this. I want to get some batteries on this thing and pop the sound emitter into another one and make it work. But I am thinking, what the hell am I going to do with this part here? Because I'm not really going to use it. I was just missing this part and the internals, but I'll figure something out. But yeah, and this one definitely. I mean, the Detective Pikachu is cool, but this one is the highlight of, because I freaking love The Legend of Zelda. It's my all-time favorite franchise. It's I actually mentioned this to my wife and it surprised her. because she thought my favorite franchise was Mario, but no, I told her many times that my favorite franchise is The Legend of Zelda, then Pokemon, and then Mario. So yeah. So those were the random stuff pickups. Just wanted to share these things with you guys. I'm going to do 2 more, and I'm going to record them right now, back to back. I'm going to do 2 more movie pickups. One, random stuff I picked up at Dollar Tree. And then the other one is this week and last week's movie haul from Movie Free Bazaar. So I hope you enjoyed these, and until I see you again, this is Vargas, thanking you and signing out.